Okay, a little clutter here. This is clean from yesterday, but it's dry by sponge. It didn't dry because there was something set in the middle here. So it's dry now for the camera. The camera won't stay right now. It's not dry enough. I didn't make creation so that you would know who I am. I'm the soul, but I am always myself, is myself to myself. It's not an adoration project. And I have to say that because there's food, which is mine, but you don't want to be around me. I'm going to need half of this sachet, and it needs to be completely distributed evenly. The soup base and the potato matter that's in here, you know, that's a little chunky. Yeah. So how did I do this last time? I have used this soup base before, this soup mix before. So I'll open it. And it looks like I'm going to need that bowl I just moved away from in front of the camera. And then I don't need it another way. I can just use this spoon. Okay, I put the spoon in my mouth to eat. But I don't really know what's wrong with it if I use it to spoon into the soup, like boiling water. I don't know what's wrong with it because it's not due to know you. I don't have spoons for cooking except for some old ones here. This won't work for soup. They're flat for if it's like a stir fry or something. I don't have a wok. Well, I can see some potato pieces in here, like this. I want to know what's in here, like powder. I'm looking for powder. Is that on the bottom? It looks like I'm going to need to pour this out. to get to the powder being on the bottom. I made this before. What was it like? Alright, well what I'm going to need to do is pour it all out in here, and then half of it goes back in the bag. So it's up to here right now, up to the bowl. This white part here, that's about how high it's filled in here. So I'll go ahead and pour this out. Then I need half of it back in. Okay, so this is like the powder that was on the bottom. It's due to separate it half and half and make it evenly distributed as much as possible. It's due to really use the whole soup mix, but I can't because it's homeless. I don't have what it takes to use the whole soup mix. I just measured it on the bag to myself, how I would if I was going to put all of the soup mix back in. I need to put in half. So how do you measure that? Okay, I need to stir this up now that it's not over full in the bowl. Okay, there's potato in here and soup mix, which is cream, like powdered cream soup mix. So I guess if I need to fill it all the way back up goes to here, half of that would be like here. Alright, I'll try somewhere around where this green is. Is that dill? It looks like it could be dill. That'd be nice. I like dill. I don't know how to use dill the way I like it. I know I don't really care for dill pickles. I'm Jewish, of Jewish beginnings, but I don't like dill pickles. Maybe that's because there's no such thing as a pickle in this world. A pickle is if you don't have a penis. If you have a penis, you don't eat pickles. You have to pay out that you're not eating the pickles. And everybody eats pickles on all the fast food hamburgers. They're pickled slices, parts of a pickle. You can't really have that. Fast food hamburgers, fast food chicken sandwiches. Now, I'm not sure why the chicken sandwiches have pickle on them. That's less interesting than if it was beef, like a hamburger. Okay, I have some soup mix in here. Let me see if this is about half. Okay, that's the dill. It could go higher. Okay, let me keep going. Has anyone seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Big Top Pee-wee. They're movies about Pee-wee Herman. Paul who? Paul Monkey, Paul Glazer. Paul Rubin. Okay, that's his name. I didn't come up with that. That's from over myself. I'm stopped at Paul Glazer, who has Starsky and Hutch movies, and maybe was it a TV series? Starsky and Hutch. There's Paul Glazer in there. Pee-wee Herman. That's Paul Rubin. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Superior Founder, for that. I liked Pee-wee. He was like on in the morning. I used to watch him make breakfast. He would make pancakes, maybe eggs. Well, I'm the one who eats, but I was not really hungry at the time. I didn't really know there was something wrong with you that you eat. What's wrong? I know why I eat, but I don't think about it too much because I don't eat the food the way it's being controlled and distributed and served and redistributed and controlled. I just don't. I am hungry in that arrangement problem. I'm still alive. I can't go out of alive for that reason. So it's almost. It's boiling, but I need it hot. I'll give it. It's steaming. It really shouldn't wait. It's steaming right here, but I'm gonna wait. Alright, that's good. Paul Bucky. Now his name is Paul Buckley. That means he was named by somebody who was malicious. He didn't name himself. Oh well, he didn't name himself. Then maybe he would name himself. I don't know that he didn't name himself. There's Paul Bucky on the internet. There is, but that is not a requirement that he keep that name for his banking purposes. He could have another name that he named himself. You can't just name somebody who's not yourself or introduce somebody who's not yourself to somebody else that you want somebody to meet somebody. That went so low. It looks like we were just testing you if you would say no to something. You didn't say no to anything and live with it. And you didn't say no to anything and find out that you died. Yeah, but well, what did you want to say no? Because you have to want a death. You can't just say I don't believe in Becky. You should say I don't believe in Becky because I was named by Donna, and I didn't name myself. It's not paid for that you don't have names. That means you owe keys. If you do have names, you owe keys. All you do is owe keys, and nobody wants to know your name. Just give out your keys. If you don't want to give them to who you think they belong to, like you know where they fit, because not due to know where they fit. You belong in prison. Okay, I need the fork to mix that up. Where do I keep the fork? Is it in here? I don't want to make a mistake. Okay, I didn't leave it here. Oh, it's up here. Okay. This is the fork I'm going to use. Okay, I need to turn the heat down. Try 6. It says use a whisk, so I'm using a plastic disposable fork because I don't have a whisk. That's God who didn't provide the whisk with the soup mix, and he clearly doesn't have it paid for because there's no one who would give me the whisk and change the soup mix to include one. You don't know who to give the whisk to find out if the soup mix would include one after that, or maybe not, because you don't go up. You go down, but you don't go up. So do you like going down? Because you keep screaming that you don't mind going down. But I say you can stop screaming now because it don't go down lower than where we are here. Nope, nobody's going lower. This is as low as we go. Do you want to scream that you want to go lower? This is as low as we go. Is that enough soup mix? Well, it'll thicken, but by the time it does, that's too late if I don't have the right amount of soup mix. Let's look in here again. Okay, there's that soup mix. And it goes until the dill here. That's about half. It was up to about here. Now it's to here. Well, I think I should leave it, but it needs to be thick enough, but not too thick. Oh, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll let it just bubble and boil. Double, double, toil and trouble. Shakespeare. You can't read Shakespeare if you have a penis. Shakespeare is for if you have a dong genital the wrong way. Otherwise, it's for if you have a penis. And it looks different. Shakespeare is in English, like England English or United Kingdom English, British English, and it's unintelligible. I can't figure it out. Carrie Van Driest. You're in my English class and you're in my physics class. Do you know Shakespeare? Because it's mentally impossible. That means you owe me a house key and you want to help me to learn Shakespeare. But that was the subject to talk about around the house key. So because I don't ask you for a house key, I was outside of Carrie Van Driest having a very large, nice house in Mequon, Wisconsin, and she didn't invite me in and lock me out. She left me outside the driveway, but I have plenty of problems with that. Yep, that's a carjacking the house wouldn't do. That's you having identified which house I would be outside of. You're really not female that way, and her name is Carrie, C-A-R-E-Y. A male might spell their name Carrie that way, but Carrie is not really due to be a name right now because of dong genital. Dong genital has name Carrie, usually C-A-R-R-I-E. If you're a castration female of the penis genital, you don't have the name Carrie that way either. Carrie Schuster, Carrie Pass, Carrie Underwood, oh, everybody knows her. She didn't stop singing because she got pregnant, because it was contraindicated to be with a hockey player. You don't understand your illegal genitals. You can say no just because of your own genitals on yourself. You have to go with your own genitals outside homeless on all the points, and you don't have to give other people explanations. You can tell God, yep, I'm thinking of my own genitals right now, and I think I should be outside homeless. And then maybe while you're outside homeless, that will be more clear to you. He wouldn't ignore you. He might make a point with you, expound upon itself when you're outside. But that's you need to be created with the mind. And that's because you can't just fire off threats with your mouth because you're an occupation. If you're not here because you have to think about something, your body needs to be deceased out of its genitals. Are you proud of yourself that you don't think? You just fire off threats like you're ordering pizza. That needs to go to prison, but it's deceased here. You're past the point that you would go to prison for that.